wake up every day with a reason to be grateful, Lord. Yes, I don't have everything that I want, but Jesus, you are all I need. Yeah.
Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of our Marriage Talks. And today we have a special guest in the house, our pastor, and she's going to be educating us on how to renew, ignite, and spark intimacy in a relationship. Thank you very much, Pastor, for joining us today. What is intimacy, and how can we explain intimacy?
Okay. Intimacy in relationship is the closeness between two loving couples. It's when each of them can let their guards down, when they can be free within each other or with each other without being fearful of being judged. It's when you can be your true self.
Okay, why is intimacy necessary in a relationship?
It's very, very important. Let me give you like a scenario. It's like enrolling in a school. You enroll in the school, you paid for it. Now you barely go to class. Maybe you go to class once a month. And when you do go, you take your laptop with you. And what are you doing with the laptop? You're watching movies on it. You're shopping at the same time. You're checking your email. So you barely get acquainted with the class at all. No participation whatsoever. At the end of the semester, should that person be expecting a good grade? Not at all. So when you are in a relationship, you are to focus on that relationship, spend time, be there, not just right there, but emotionally be there. So emotional intimacy brings closeness to each other. It fosters growth. It brings that connection for them to be able to work together. They find what we call common ground in relationship. It's not like somebody is doing this, the other one is doing that. We actually know what is going on with each other at every point in time.
Thank you very much. And you talked about some emotional intimacy. Are there other types of intimacy?
There are different types of intimacy. There's what we call intellectual one, which we're going to talk about today. There's sexual one, there's spiritual one, there's a physical intimacy, there are emotional intimacy, different types. But today we want to zero in on what we call intellectual intimacy, which is very, very important to any type of any relationship, because that's when you actually build trust within that relationship with your partner.
And for that intellectual relationship we talked about, can you explain to the audience what it actually means, intellectual relationship, right. Intimacy?
Intellectual intimacy is when you are connected intellectually with your spouse. Meaning, sometimes it will even mean that we're speaking the same language. I might not be there when somebody asks you a question, but outside of me, you can still answer the same, give the same answer. It's when we can be at par. It's not like somebody's in that relationship is speaking on PhD level and the other one is speaking on a kindergarten level. That always creates imbalance in relationship, whereby they cannot even communicate because one is on a high level of intellectual and the other one doesn't know what is going on at all. So intellectual intimacy is the ability to be able to connect together intellectually.
And what is the benefit of intellectual intimacy in any relationship?
Okay, I believe I've mentioned some of them, which I say it helps you to foster growth, connection. It helps them also to stimulate each other intellectually. For example, if I'm in a relationship, I would say one of the ways is you can read the same book. I finish the book, you read the same book. We can connect, we can discuss it. We watch the same type of educational movie or whatever type of it, we can both relate to it. I see something on my phone, maybe during the day, that's it's educational. I forward it to you after reading it. Something that can make us laugh, but think alike. And this you can do. Be true to yourself. let your guard down when you are not criticizing the other. But each time you criticize the other and you make them feel, how do I say it? When you make them feel less than, then that person is gonna not be able to be true self. The person is not gonna want to even discuss anything with you.
Okay. And are there barriers to this intellectual intimacy that we talked about?
Yes, there are lots and lots of barriers. One of them is lack of time. You know, initially I was talking about being in class and not paying attention or not even coming. So there are couples, in fact, 75%, according to research, 75% of couples have said that they've lost the spark in their relationship. They didn't know where it went, how it went, but we know. Anything that you don't spend time for, that you're not deliberate doing, you're going to see that. So time is very, very important. Create time for oneself. When, right now, TV, cell phone, online activities have taken a lot of time from couples. Both of them can be home, one be on Facebook, the other one on Twitter, the other one watching TV, another one doing something else. Or sometimes you even bring work home. So there is no really time, even though we're in the same space, but emotionally we're not connected because everybody's doing whatever they're doing individually. So that's number one problem there. Two is when we criticize each other. When we don't feel like the other person is as equal as I am. This is a big problem in many cultures that believe that men are superior. And when women are being shouted down, I'm talking, you're talking. No, we didn't call you right now into this conversation. Or no, how can you be reasoning that way? That's a barbaric way of thinking. When you were saying such to our partner, of course, that person also doesn't want to be with us, does not want to spend any time with us, does not want to even discuss anything intellectually with us. So I'm saying those two things and many, many more. The other one will be emotional distance. Like I said initially, if there is a poor communication between them whereby one is overly criticizing the other one, it will lead to so low self-esteem of other partner. And when that person have low self-esteem, what do? They distance themselves. So that leads to what we call emotional distance. And when we have that, it creates gap. So now, what are the ways to build this intellectual intimacy? Number one, always check with your partner about his or her own opinion. Sometimes we make decisions and say, oh, I know it's good for her. Well, I know he will like it. No, check with that person. Will you like this? It's very, very important. Then planning activities together is very important. Don't just say, oh, we're going this way, or we're not doing this. Oh, I forgot to tell you that so and we told me that there's a party that we're going to. No, plan activities together. Another way is learn new activities together. It could be whatever it is that your spouse loves doing. Create that time. Try to want to learn that new activity, that new skill. That will help you to have more time with him or her. That's very, very important. And please, do not discount your spouse's opinion. Do not minimize it. Don't discount it anyhow. Whatever they say means a lot to them. And remember, emotional or intellectual intimacy is when your spouse can feel comfortable around you, when they can be their true self, when they can let their guards down. But whenever you criticize them, they are not able to be their true self. Intellectual intimacy will help you before we can even talk about other ones. So if you want to enjoy your relationship, this one is very vital because this is where trust can be built between two of you. Any relationship that there's no trust, it can last. Trust is a foundation or the foundation of any successful marriage.
Thank you very much, Pastor, for this wonderful topic. Intimacy is very important in every relationship, and most of the times we all have different ideas of what intimacy actually is. But I think this episode is going to help us our understanding of what intimacy actually is. Stay tuned, and thank you.
My reason for rejoicing, the one I give my life to.